GreenWales, a channel celebrating the people, business and projects building a greener and fairer Wales. Every week we speak to organisations creating real solutions aligned to the Future Generations Act and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, helping Wales lead the way in sustainability and innovation. Let's meet today's guest. Ta-da!
Appears from nowhere.
He appears from nowhere. We have Ian here. I didn't get your last name, Ian.
Walters.
Walters. We have Ian Walters here from GreenSpace SOS. How are you today?
Brilliant.
And it's actually a beautiful day. We were saying how much it's raining. It's a bit boggy where we are, but that's because we're just coming out of winter and spring's upon us, isn't it?
It's been raining solid for 3 months.
Yeah. It's actually coming now, because even the last interview last week at the museum, it was actually sunny there. It did rain twice during the interview, which anybody's watching next week. You see us both just trying to carry on. And we did just carry on because it just stopped, you know. I put little animations of umbrellas coming up, being like, it's raining, if you're wondering why we're fumbling slightly. Would you like to tell us slightly what the project is?
Yeah.
Where are we today?
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So,
and what's behind us?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm Ian from GreenSpace SOS. So we're a community interest company set up about 2.5 years ago. Okay, cool. Just a sort of different change on business, really. So 3 of us are sort of business backgrounds. Myself is a sustainable business operational lead. We're trying to bring that sort of business model to a not-for-profit organisation. So we see a lot of these businesses go down the sort of charitable routes and actually forget that these are actual businesses. They need to make money. Yeah. They need to keep the economy going.
Not relying on grant funding, etc.
Yeah. So that's where we come from. So the SOS is Save Our Space, and we work on sort of developing green spaces and giving sort of access back to people to come outdoors more.
Fantastic. Don't worry, because we've got a question that's going to nail this and you're going to have to carry on, so don't repeat yourself. Right, so we've got 5 questions. We ask everybody the same questions every single week, so we get a sort of an umbrella of the same sort of things, because all the different businesses we go and see, everyone's got their own different take, everyone's got their own different attack, and you'd be blown away by how varied it is. But I think that's the beauty of the Future Generations Act, that it can weave its way through society and deliver all the outcomes we are looking for without having to change itself in the act, which I think it's part of its success. So we're 10 years into it now, and you can really see the green shoots everywhere coming through in society. So I found out that in Wales, we have the highest per capita of social businesses in the world.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
You can clearly see it, because when you actually go, oh, yeah, because actually I'm attached to like 8, because I might use the product, I might do that. Yeah, right, so we're going to hit into these questions. They're not scary. We've sort of talked through them already, and we can have a discussion as well through them. Okay. But the first one is, how does your work contribute to a more sustainable and prosperous Wales? And how and can you give one real example of how that thinking has influenced a decision that you've made as a company? Okay,
so running through the sort of the veins of our business is that sort of sustainable side of things within Wales. In everything we do, every project that we sort of get involved in, it's not us sort of delivering a project on behalf of someone else and then leaving. That was our key focus with this business model, was how do we integrate into the community? How do we get community involved in our projects, from design, delivery, actually hands-on, and actually volunteering with us on the projects, and then sort of owning the projects when we leave. So that's the sort of sustainable side of things. All of our work is outdoors. It's in the open spaces, which is what we're trying to promote, really, is getting people outdoors, involving themselves in the surroundings, like this project today. We're in a local forest, building an otter hide, where the local community have said they've spotted otters and they come down in the evenings to view in this area. So we're setting up for that. And the sort of how that's influenced us is in around them actually owning the projects, and the sustainability side of things comes from that. It's rather than, like I said, rather than us being a contractor, right, here's money to deliver this project, off you go.
It's not a partnership. It's a collaboration.
It's exactly it. And the collaboration works as in involving everyone from the start and then handing over the sort of project at the end. There's
a few things there, because in the Future Gen Act you've got involvement. That's really important. It's one of the key things. Long term, there straight away. Prevention, by them having access to the wilderness, that will prevent certain things from happening. Collaboration, it just literally sings to it straight away in question 1. Oh my God. Do you want to say anything else? Yeah,
so a couple of projects we were actually involved in last year. They're called the Growth for Good project. And we're working closely with housing associations, so Valleys to Coast and Tai Calon we worked on with these projects. And that was exactly that. It was sort of unutilised, unused, derelict pieces of land that potentially could be sort of antisocial, sort of attract antisocial
Yeah, broken
behaviour.
window syndrome.
Yeah.
It's down. So people
Yeah.
can escape. They can do
Yeah.
naughty things there.
As well as the cost of economy of actually maintaining those areas, weed killing, cutting the grass, and things like that. So we created community gardens on those areas that the community are involved in the design, and then they've taken ownership of those projects. So there's no maintenance, there's no cost to the landowners, and it's actually been handed over now to the community for them to continue growing, promoting sort of community gatherings in.
And it's continuing, and it's...
Yeah. And Halloween. They had a Halloween party in the growing garden. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, it's brilliant for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you. I put a pause there on purpose. I'm just checking out. We are... Stay there, don't move. Yeah, we're good. I'm just double checking that everything's fine. No, I love that. I'm like, no one can see our feet, so that's fine. So question 2 is, what do you actually do? And how is it helping Wales move towards net zero or circular thinking?
Okay. So we work on numerous different projects, whether that's business funded, housing association funded, or lottery funded.
Okay.
And they're primarily community projects, like the Growth for Good projects. This project where we're redeveloping a forest back so it's original sort of use and get people
access to it again.
Yeah. And the growing side of things is brilliant for us to see local community growing their own foods, engaging with each other. So not only is it the biodiversity side of things of growing, as well as well-being.
Yeah.
People actually getting outside of their houses.
I think that is underrepresented, like, being people go well-being, like, push well-being. You're like, you come and spend 10 minutes. This one out in the window up and all the birds are singing. I was like, I could just feel my blood pressure dropping immediately. So we see how close the estate is to here. What value can that bring? Well, where it is everyone, because they haven't got access to it. But when you've done the work here, you'll be benefiting society in its entirety. Go on, sorry.
And even like the growing side of things is brilliant, producing your own food, that sort of self-worth feeling of doing that.
Passive education as well. And then actually, because I'm guessing a lot of people here do have a garden.
Yeah.
So they go, oh, I've learned how to do this in the potty tunnel. Next year, I actually might do one of those things myself in my garden. And that's how it happens, is all that incremental stuff. Look, I'll give it a go. And then all of a sudden, you get the harvest, you see the growth. Right now in my windowsill, I've got little pea shoots coming through, and I'm just like, I've been doing that for like 6 years. I still get the same hype. Yeah. I still get excited though. It's coming through, I'm like, yes, peas!
But that's it, you get that joy, don't you, from growing. But the net zero side of things from our perspective as a business, so all of our machinery is battery operated.
Ooh,
so we're trying to do our little bit in that way. But the circular thing is probably the biggest thing for us, is from start to finish, it's involving everyone. It's all sort of business, so it's economy circulating as well. And it's people actually promoting coming outside to the kids as well. Yeah. So the big circle for us is getting these kids eventually into this line.
I love that, because when we think about circular economy, normally we think about, like, you buy a material, how that material stays in, but actually you're using people as that circularity. Yep. How you're getting the society or the people that you're trying to help into that circular economy thinking with the way that they live their lives. Yeah. That's beautiful. Never thought about that. That's why I love. I'm just so like, how do we keep this all in use? But actually the people, that's fantastic. Yep. Thank you for that. Okay. So, question 3, what challenges have you faced, and how do those challenges affect the next generation coming through in Wales?
Okay, so this is a good one for us. Yeah. So one of the challenges that we've seen, especially from COVID, is the isolation, is the side of things of where people are working from home. People are not going out more. They're losing that sort of community feel within housing associations, within every sort of village, and as well as a digital age where children are gaming, their iPads, they're watching TV more. Sorry, that's the boys cutting holes for the otter hide.
I think we'll be okay. We want them working. Well, I want to hear what you're going to say. No, sorry. Carry on.
So that's the problem we face, is actually getting people outside again. That's core in our fundamentals of giving access. So when we say green space SOS, save our space, it's save the space and then let's interact with the people. Let's get the people out. And that's where it links back to the circular economy then. If we can get people to take an interest in the outdoors, that's only going to benefit the sort of environment in the long run.
And I think it's that community, because even during COVID, I think we all became a bit more isolationist. You know, even when I was in my garden every day. That was me. I was outside, but as soon as the lockdowns came away, I'm probably still slightly affected by it now. This is the least affected I've been, because I'm with you. It's a lovely day today, but it probably took me 2 to 3 years to get over that. Meeting people, being in high density areas with people, being involved in community projects. And I know it's affected volunteering massively, you know, and people have technology has evolved. We have AI, we have a consult. And there's so many things now to keep you in and to keep you from sort of talking to people, even though you can talk on online groups and you can talk, etc. People do say, I can do that, but I'm incredibly isolated because I'm on my own. I'm actually on my own. And I think projects like this is perfect to be going, take those little steps to get outside. You don't have to go to shops. You don't have to go to Cardiff. You don't have to go to you don't have to go to a shopping place. You can just have access to nature. And I think that's powerful, really powerful.
And I was fundamental in that when we sort of created Green Space was what you're saying there. In COVID, you spent a lot of time in the garden. So what we found is not everyone actually had that opportunity, whether they were living in flats or whether their gardens weren't accessible. So a lot of our work is actually individuals' gardens, houses, families actually working on their gardens to give them the opportunity to get back outside.
You're giving them that access because they look at it as like, it's too much for them, overwhelming. So you're going, here's the access. And then they hopefully, because you've invested in them and they feel valued then as well. And that means they're going to do it then. Do you go back and, you know, how's it going?
We've got a lot of friends now and like we say followers, don't we, on social side of things, but the people we met along the first sort of 2 years of individual gardens are our biggest supporters now. And we see them all the time, and they're all sort of local as well.
We've got something called a collective, which you're going to be part of as well after this. Brilliant. And it's not membership, because I believe it's not like a follower, it's not like, it's a way of going, how can we all help each other? And the whole part of the collective for me is it'll be a quarterly, it was called a newsletter, I just can't stand the word newsletter. So it's called a collaboration station. Brilliant. Where everyone goes, here's what I'm doing, here's what I could do with, here's the opportunity, and here's how I could help. And then the whole point of it is to create synergies and networks. So someone goes, the thing I've been looking for, you're doing, come with me. And then hopefully everybody benefits. And it's not a cost thing, it's totally free. It's just all about embedding and helping collaboration across Wales and making Wales more prosperous. Like exactly like what you're doing.
All the same thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, and as you say, you haven't got followers. People like I've been falling in love and using coalfield flowers quite a lot lately. They're like a flower farm based on a coalfield, amazing. And I went there. I'm just giving them, just going, okay, Mother's Day's coming up. They've got some flowers. £30 for a medium bunch is what I paid. I went to the co-op and I was like, actually, what I got for what I would have paid you is either the same or that's more expensive. There's loads of pesticides on this because I've done loads of research on it. I'm supporting the local economy. When they give it to me, it was so beautiful up there, and they give me a little dried flower thing with a card on it, and then seeds as well to plant in the garden. And I was like, how much value are they giving me in that way? Where if I just went to my local shop, bought them there.
That's the end of the transaction.
That's the end of the transaction. It actually keeps going, you know, and it's all incremental. All these projects are at a point where, you know, the first 5 years are the hardest to get it to be a profitable thing and to get it so embedded that you're not chasing the money all the time. And you can see all these projects are working.
I love it.
And they are incremental. I think the hub is the thing that everybody needs. They all need the individual hubs. I know with Coffee Flowers, they're talking to, I think it's 5 other local projects doing exactly the same thing, and hopefully they'll all be on the channel, because it's not about going, here's one project in Wales, is one of them. It's finding every single person, joining everybody together, and hopefully making hubs for like circular economy, for like materials, for construction sites, hubs for floristries, so floristries can actually go to these places instead of going, I haven't got roses today, but because 5 of them are connected, they will always be that. So they're not importing from Africa or the Netherlands, and it's better for everybody then, isn't it?
We're in the middle of creating a tiny forest. So this is one of our projects. We've got another project ongoing right now where we're planting 600 trees. So it's where do these trees come from? It's links like that is where we sort of create that sort of circle.
You're supporting each other then, isn't it? And you're creating our wealth as well, our social wealth. And I think this is where partnerships have ended. It's not a partnership where you come in and do something. It's a collaboration where everybody keeps feeding into each other, and then everybody grows and creates more opportunities, and it's sharing resource. We're not going to be millionaires doing these things, but if our quality of life is higher, our society and our community is healthier for it, and we're doing something that we love, and we get a wage. Don't get me wrong, everybody needs to be paid, but we're not in it to make as much money as physically possible for the individual. And I think that's what breeds throughout all the interviews I've done is the passion that people have for each other, the passion they have for the project, and the passion they have for Wales.
Yeah. Well, just going a little bit off topic.
Yeah, please do. I love off topic. We talked about pig racing last week, so it's fine.
There's a Japanese book called Ikigai, and that talks about longevity and sort of blue zones in the world where people live the longest. And it's exactly that. It's people sort of living off a land. It's sort of creating that community of everyone working together, everyone looking after each other, and that circular economy within communities. And that's happiness, really. That's how you get to live longer, is being happy and spending time that you're happiest on. Most of your time is on that.
I think we've all been sort of influenced the way to be quite stressed people. Because I'm very stressed most of the time. I am. On the weekend, I was like, I need to be like, namaste. I need to calm my stress down. And I made a promise. I got young children, which is why I'm stressed, you know. But I'm trying all the time now to be like, if I could feel the stress coming in, I just let go. Yeah. Let go, and there's better results for everybody. Myself, and then my blood pressure drops. Yeah. I'll probably live another week without that stress, you know, in my life. And I think that's, again, in some ways, technology and the way that fast-paced life that we live now takes it away, where I think the technology helps these projects run far more efficiently. Definitely. You don't need 7 people anymore. No. You can have the people on the ground. You might not be an amazing accountant, but the technology is there to help you. That's where it's there to help. Definitely. Okay, amazing. So, we sort of touched on this. We said about where do you see opportunities for collaboration across Wales? I'm struggling to say collaboration in this interview for some reason. So yeah, where do you see opportunities for collaboration across Wales?
With the sort of social value side of things, we see it now in the sort of building industry, where they have to give a certain percentage of the contract to social value. And we do see bigger businesses slightly touching it, just scratching the surface. They're trying their very best. Yeah, they're trying their very best, but they're not sort of really getting to grips with it. And the opportunities I see is these businesses getting hold of landowners, whether it's council, whether it's social housing, and sort of really going for it, as in developing the green spaces where people can use, where people can thrive, create that sort of community. So that's initially where I see sort of the biggest collaboration opportunities. Is it's already part of legislations within Welsh sort of government acts and things like that. So let's capitalise on that. So
in some ways, what you want is more housing societies, more of these organisations who are touching on it. They don't have the confidence. Get in touch with you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're already doing it. Yeah. You're already embedding it.
And that's what a lot of companies are doing at the minute.
Good.
Not all of them, but we are getting approached by a lot of construction companies and things like that that want our help in actually delivering their social value for them.
I think that's perfect, because there's so many different ways to apply social value. I've seen a project, and I always use this as a little example, where someone they're doing a development in a city, and their social value is making a park bench with a USB connector in there, so people who are disadvantaged can charge their phones. I see the social value, but I don't value it. It's a glimpse, you know, and the reasoning, and it's a very expensive bench. Yeah. It's like a 20-odd grand bench. But I'm like, the money could be far better spent by coming to projects like yourself and coming to projects actually helping society generally all around it and embedding it into wildlife, connection to nature, and food security. You know, there's so many things, lowering people's bills, you know?
Yeah. And one of the easiest projects for them to collaborate with us on is school forest projects. So all of the construction sites have got schools within their sort of miles of perimeter that they have to spend that money on. So that's one of the things that we've been delivering is school forest projects on behalf of them, which is, again, that circular economy. Yeah. Driving the children outside to learn about nature and get involved.
My daughter's school, they got like platinum. They're like case study for forest school. They've had it for 4 years now. The head teacher there is amazing. He had this vision like 10 years ago, saved for 10 years. You want to see it, it's amazing. My daughter's been in from reception and going through. The change in her, as in like real world skills. No, she knows how to light a fire. She can cut things with knives. She can make kindling. I couldn't do that when I was 7. So that next generation coming through.
I don't have it when I'm growing up. And while we're delivering it, there's eco teams within the schools, and there's like the lead eco children, and they all come out and they got so many questions and they're showing such sort of enthusiasm. It's brilliant to see. Brilliant.
So, before I go any further, if someone does want to collaborate with you, how would they get in touch with you?
We've got a website, so greenSpaceSOS.com. All of our contact details.
It's going to be there.
All our phone numbers, everything like that is on there. And it shows us what we do as well, the community projects and things like that.
And if people just want to follow you guys and see progress for projects that you're doing, they're just really eager just to watch you guys, where would they?
So at GreenSpaceSOS, so that's across all platforms, Facebook, Instagram.
Great.
TikTok. The boys are are partial to a TikTok video.
Are they filming right now? No.
We'll set one up after.
Don't distract them. They're
Not
working.
dancing
They're
or
working hard. They said something to me before starting. I won't say it. It was funny, though. Right, so last question is, when you think 20 years ahead, what does a thriving Welsh green economy look like? And how will young people feel the impact of the decisions being made today?
Okay. From a selfish perspective of selfish as in green space SOS.
Yeah.
20 years time. So what we're doing at the minute is the school forest projects. It's the growing gardens. It's upskilling the knowledge of all the community members, whether that's children, adults, grandparents. It's really trying to get everyone, all ages, involved so that they self-promote access to nature and biodiversity and growing and things like that. So where I see 20 years is all of these children, like your daughter you're saying about, is really enthusiastic about it, is actually coming into the industry and fueling that side of the economy. So we're trying it ourselves. We're partnering with a local firm called iTech. They bring 16 to 20-year-olds into work. So we've had 7 of the guys, 16 to 20-year-olds, giving them opportunities with us. 2 of them were actually taken on full-time this year.
Wow.
So we're always promoting the youth getting into the work.
Yeah, new energy as well.
Yeah. As well as we've just sort of officially partnered with the Pencoed College horticultural team to actually get them to do some
and
work.
Bridgend College is really good for that sort of stuff already. So actually you're collaborating,
Yeah.
you're adding more to what they already do. It might be because they do traditional farming. That's what they were very good at. But actually you're coming in there.
And we're coming at 2 prongs. So we're getting the 16 to 20-year-olds who don't necessarily know what avenue of work they want to go into.
Yeah, cool.
We're promoting them coming to work outdoors. So we're actually working with Pencoed College about setting them up with an apprentice.
Yeah.
So pushing them back into the college, as well as potentially hiring from the college. So that's the key goal for us.
It's like a before graduate diploma, isn't it? Yeah. It's getting it in a college environment instead. It's like an apprenticeship to a certain extent. And maybe that's where you might end up is through that apprenticeship, where you're working directly with the colleges and they're coming out learning. But I think this is where we are at the moment, where all these courses and all these qualifications are still in their baby steps to a certain extent. They've got the ideas and the projects are happening, but the qualifications are a couple of years behind. And mainly because they just need to see what it is.
How does it look like in real world? Isn't it?
And it needs a structure, because also if you all you did was do otter hides, then you could be like, he's always going to do an otter hide every. We're always going to do it, but because you don't quite know what opportunities projects will bring, they need to see how they can bring that through. But it's really clear, and it will happen. It just takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? Okay, great. So the last question, it is my favourite one. Who else in Wales? I'm going to say it again. I can't speak in this. It's because the coffee's down there. I know. The vitamin D. I'm getting a vitamin D attack. So who else in Wales is doing brilliant sustainability work that deserves to be showcased, and why?
Most of our projects are sort of linked with Valleys to Coast, the Housing Association, primarily in Bridgend. So the head of sustainability there, Rachel Lovell. So she's partnering very closely with us on this project. It's her sort of baby. And Derek Cashmore then, so he's the sort of advisor on all things outdoors with Rachel Lovell. So those 2 together will be absolutely brilliant.
And where are they based? Where's their office?
They're both in Bridgend.
Both in Bridgend?
Both in Bridgend, yeah. Central Bridgend.
See, we're starting to go all over. I was in Swansea last week. We started in the Rhondda because that's my stronghold. That's where all my partners and people, they were like, we trust you, Gareth. Come, we trust the project. And now we've got, I think, 10 episodes in. People are starting to see the projects coming through and the partners as well. I got one other thing.
Yes.
It's in the bag.
Yes.
I've got to go get it. It's there. Give me 1 second. Stay there. Don't move. Pretend.
I'm stuck. I can't move.
You haven't moved for like an hour. So we always say everybody who comes on to the show becomes part of the collective. And as a way of showing our gratitude for saying, thank you for coming on top of the collective. If I can get it out of his packet, you get yourself a nice GreenWales
absolutely super
pin badge as part of that.
The jacket.
Yeah! I've got these 2. I've got the Future Gen one and the GreenWales one. So you're part of the collective now, because we like to do quality.
To be part of it,
no, and hopefully what we're doing is we're doing a few different things in workshops, but everything that we do is about collaboration, everything. So I'm trying to organise events and some sort of hub days, but what we do is the collective get the invites first. And we do something called honorariums. So even if someone's coming to sell a product, we'll still give them £150 for coming, because that gives their commitment to the partnership and it shows what we're doing is genuine action. Because if someone comes and we're not paying them, but say they're selling something and they don't make any money in 3 hours, they might go, you know what, I'm going. I haven't made my money. But if I go, here's the honorarium straight away, they've already made their day's
Pressure's
wage.
off as well.
Pressure's off. They can come, they can enjoy, and we always find that the outcomes are much higher as well. So I'll be inviting you to one of those soon.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. And the last thing we do, we wave to camera and we say goodbye. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Goodbye.
Bye.